The movie begins at Blue Fleur National Bank, where a child is standing in front of a gumball machine. Suddenly, two robbers, Hero and his accomplice Psycho, forcefully enter. Chaos ensues as they point their guns at customers, instructing them to stay seated. Hero then approaches the cashier, demanding money, which she gives. Meanwhile, the child at the gumball machine remains fearless, offering candy to Psycho. Yet, Psycho aims his gun at the child, and the scene cuts off suddenly. The story then moves to Samurai Town, a unique but oppressive place ruled by a corrupt governor. This town fuses modern and pre-modern Japanese culture with elements of the old American West, where geisha-like women, samurais, and cowboys live out their daily routines. It is revealed that the governor maintains a group of adopted granddaughters whom he keeps as sex slaves. We see Susie, one of the governor's captives, attempting to talk to passers-by while under the watchful eye of Yasujiro, the governor's loyal samurai bodyguard. As Yasujiro steps into a geisha house, Susie blows a whistle to alert her friends. Just then, Bernice, another of the governor's granddaughters, arrives with her friends Stella and Nancy. Susie signals them, and Bernice and her friends drive away, relieved to escape. The scene then cuts to Bernice waking up confused, recalling the car ride. Bernice finds herself in a strange place, surrounded by garbage and mannequins. She remembers seeing a signboard and encountering frightening people along the way. Panicking, she screams for help, insisting she doesn't want to be imprisoned again. The scene then shifts to Samurai Town, where a festival is underway. Children play happily, watching Hero, who is tied up and guarded. The governor soon arrives with his loyal bodyguards and geisha-dressed women. Hero is untied and presented to the governor, who praises his bravery, referencing the earlier bank robbery where innocent parents and children were killed. The governor then frees Hero and gives him a bodysuit equipped with explosives, ordering him to find his runaway granddaughter Bernice. As Hero puts on the suit, the governor explains that he must travel to the Ghostland, a wasteland inhabited by half-crazed outcasts and victims of radiation, to retrieve her from the settlement of ghosts. The governor shows Hero a photo of Bernice and instructs him to zip up a suit. As he does, a device activates. The governor explains that the suit is rigged with explosives that will detonate if Hero mistreats Bernice, tampers with the suit, or fails to rescue her within 5 days. Explosives are even strapped to his groin. But if Hero succeeds in bringing Bernice back, the governor will deactivate them. With no other options, Hero agrees to the mission and heads down the highway to the Ghostland. He soon encounters the same signboard that Bernice and her friends had seen earlier. Shortly after, Hero encounters a mysterious bus manned by mutants in ragged prison attire. The bus driver, with a severely burned face, blinds him with a flash of light, causing Hero to crash into a rock. The crash injures Hero's arm, and he slips into unconsciousness. In a dreamlike state, he recalls attending a festival in town, observing the gumball machine kid and masked revelers. When Hero wakes up, he discovers he's in the Ghostland. He's captured by the Ratsmen, a group tasked with cleaning up the area, and they tie him up and drag him away. After some time, Hero spots an injured girl who has also been captured. He asks if she is Bernice, but she firmly replies no and explains that Bernice is her friend. They reach a cult-like enclave surrounded by ruins, garbage, and a tall clock tower. The residents, in peculiar attire and makeshift props, eagerly anticipate the arrival of the two strangers. A mysterious woman examines Hero's blood and proclaims that he will be the one to free them all from their imprisonment. Once Hero breaks free, everyone gathers around him. Enoch, the leader of the territory, steps forward and informs Hero that no one has ever escaped from this place successfully. Those who attempt it are killed by the ghosts and join their ranks. Enoch questions Hero about his purpose, and Hero reveals he is looking for a girl. When they show Bernice's photo, a boy mentions seeing her hiding among the mannequins. Hero investigates and locates Bernice, who is unresponsive. It becomes clear she is semi-catatonic from trauma caused by the car accident. Enoch reveals that the ghosts would arrive to kill the girls and take them away, so they hid them inside the mannequins. Hero remains unaffected by this revelation, focused solely on completing his mission. He shows Bernice a photo of her grandfather, persuading her to accompany him. In the next scene, Hero refuels his car and departs from Ghostland. He removes layers of mannequin from Bernice's face and requests her to deactivate his suit. It's revealed that the governor designed the bodysuit to deactivate upon hearing Bernice's voice. However, she remains unable to respond due to her trauma. In a tense moment, Hero accidentally triggers one of the explosives in his suit. As a consequence, Hero loses a testicle and loses consciousness. In a vivid nightmare, he relives the day of the bank robbery with his partner. The scene continues with Psycho aiming his gun at the child with the candy. Hero attempts to intervene to save the boy, but Psycho fires, accidentally hitting the gumball machine instead. Hero tries desperately to pacify his friend, but the friend ends up killing a guard and the child with the candy. A brawl ensues between the two friends, culminating in them crashing through a glass window. Police arrive and begin firing recklessly at Psycho, inadvertently killing a woman and leaving her young daughter behind. Suddenly, a man steps forward and gently tousles the girl's hair. In that moment, Hero realizes that Bernice is the same girl whose mother died in the shootout. It turns out the governor had adopted her. Hero apologizes to Bernice for her loss and vows to rescue her from the Ghostland. Suddenly, smoke rises and ghostly figures emerge from it. These mutant men resemble zombies with a thirst for human blood, especially the thick kind. They launch an assault on Hero, and in the chaos, another explosive on his arm detonates, knocking him out. The attackers vanish as soon as they hear the explosion. The explosion jolts Bernice out of her catatonic state. She realizes she's not the governor's biological granddaughter, but rather a victim of his oppressive rule, like many others. Meanwhile, Hero has another vision, seeing himself among the inhabitants of Ghostland. A woman reveals that the area was once a chemical factory owned by the governor, used for nuclear weapons testing. Following a catastrophic collision between a nuclear waste transport and a prison bus, highly volatile nuclear waste spilled, leading to the area's quarantine and the imprisonment of its inhabitants. They perished from hunger and famine over time. Within this desolate region lies Samurai Town, governed by the notorious governor. The woman warns Hero that no one who enters this region ever comes back. When Hero asks for guidance, she recognizes his sincerity and believes he can save everyone by helping the girl. She is convinced he came to rescue Bernice and has the ability to liberate them all. Upon awakening, Hero realizes the connection between the mutants and the Ghostland. They are the inmates involved in the collision with the nuclear waste transport, which triggered the catastrophe. The clock tower and ruins Hero saw upon entering the Ghostland are remnants of the devastated nuclear plant, and the area's residents are the restless spirits of those who perished in the tragic incident. The Ghostland serves as a realm for the deceased, evident from the white streamers, costumes adorned with angelic shoulder pads, and numerous mannequins scattered throughout. Hero and Bernice can access this realm because they are figuratively half dead, Bernice from emotional trauma caused by the governor's abuse, and Hero from losing part of his anatomy. It's later revealed that the Ghostland isn't a spiritual realm, but a limbo where restless souls are trapped. Learning this, Hero becomes determined to save them. Suddenly, his suit's device starts beeping, signaling the final countdown. Bernice, understanding the seriousness of the situation, begins to trust him. She crawls closer to the device and declares, "I am Bernice," temporarily deactivating the explosives in the suit. The scene then shifts to the governor's men returning with Stella, who had tried to escape with Bernice. As punishment, Samurai Yasujiro swiftly draws his katana and executes her. In Ghostland, Hero gathers all the residents and recounts his vision. He inspires them to rise up against the governor's oppression. Meanwhile, in Samurai Town, a woman in a cell speaks with Yasujiro, reminding him of the governor's promise to grant him freedom in exchange for obedience. She ponders whether they should continue their loyalty or rebel. It's later revealed that Yasujiro's sister is also one of the governor's granddaughters. Meanwhile, in Ghostland, Hero declares their departure for the next day. His words are met with laughter, but Enoch stands by him, insisting they must unite in the fight. Hero requests supplies from the Ratsmen, such as a helmet and a weapon. They are then unexpectedly confronted by mutants led by the Burnt Man. Hero recognizes the leader as his old friend, Psycho, who was among the prisoners involved in the bus collision with the nuclear waste transport. In the ensuing catastrophe, a fire erupted, engulfing the prisoners in flames. Some mutated into zombie-like beings as a result of the nuclear fallout, while others succumbed instantly to their injuries. Psycho suffered severe burns to his face. He questions Hero about why he abandoned him to the police. Hero explains that Psycho was becoming increasingly uncontrollable and aggressive toward everyone. Hero lost faith in Psycho when he took innocent lives during the bank robbery. They resolve their misunderstanding and apologize to each other. Psycho asserts that the governor is a predator who must be eliminated to secure their freedom. In the following scene, the governor spreads his usual propaganda to the townspeople, claiming credit for the town's peaceful state. Suddenly, Hero and Bernice arrive, surprising everyone. Hero requests to have his suit removed, but the governor wickedly refuses. Instead, he commands his men to eliminate both adversaries. In a tense moment, Hero feigns taking Bernice hostage. This action prompts Susie, traumatized by the governor's abuse, to stealthily evade the guards. She seizes a nearby machine gun and eliminates most of the corrupt men who aided the governor in oppressing innocent people. However, she too is wounded in the gunfire. Meanwhile, Hero fights fiercely against the thugs using the weapons provided by the Ratsman, showcasing his skills as a proficient karate fighter. Meanwhile, Bernice supports Susie, carrying her to safety. They are pursued by guards, but fortunately, a samurai intervenes and rescues them. After eliminating the armed guards, the ultimate confrontation unfolds between Hero and Yasujiro. Despite Hero's numerous injuries, the samurai initially gains the upper hand. Following an intense duel, they briefly pause and lower their weapons. However, this proves to be a ruse by Yasujiro. He swiftly retrieves his weapon and attempts to strike Hero, who anticipates the move. Hero grabs a katana from the ground and defeats Yasujiro. Meanwhile, the governor approaches Susie to apologize, but she cunningly takes the key to Hero's bodysuit from him. In response, Bernice takes vengeance by shooting the governor multiple times, putting an end to his oppressive reign. Hero then retrieves the key from Susie and successfully deactivates the device on his suit. With the governor defeated, a child dressed as a crow returns to Ghostland to deliver the news to its residents. They rejoice at the news, celebrating their newfound freedom. As the clock tower crumbles, the scene fades to black. The movie transitions to Hero, Bernice, and Susie sitting at a bus stop in Samurai Town, while the townspeople continue their daily activities, bringing a victorious end to the movie. If you enjoyed this recap, please subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and leave a like to show your support. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.